Friends, this is Dr. Manjunath here, and I am here before you to present a concept called 7 C's of communication to be a successful businessman and a leader. It's an interesting topic. Let's see what can be derived out of this video. I would like to start with a person called Gilbert Amelio, the man who gave us the concept in Bell Labs about semiconductors, and in Apple computers he taught us the latest technology with the help of Steve Jobs. He always said 2 beautiful words: if you want to be a successful businessman, you need 2 terms with you. One is communication and the other one is leadership. Developing excellent communication skills is absolutely essential to be a successful businessman. A business leader must be able to share knowledge and ideas to transmit a sense of urgency and enthusiasm to others. If he or she can't get a message across clearly and motivate others to act on it, then having a message doesn't even matter. What a beautiful saying. Friends, it's very essential. Communication and leadership quality have to go into you as 2 parallel lines set for a train. To add upon this, I have 7 C's for you. The last C is the completeness. To get that, you need to start with clarity, then correctness, courtesy, consideration, concreteness, conciseness. These 6 C's along with completeness complete 7 C's of effective business communication, friends. Be clear with whatever you are doing. That's clarity. You need to be courteous when you speak. Your words need to be very humble. Speak appropriate language, correct expressions. Do consider what you want to speak. You need to be very clear about what you are speaking. Be concise. Don't elaborate too much. No one would be interested on this earth to listen to us. Be very concise and concrete aspects. You need to be fixed in your mind what I am speaking. If you are clear, you will communicate in a better manner. If these 6 C's are perfect, you are a complete man. Like the Raymond say, you are a complete man. I say here, with 7 C's, you are an effective business leader. I show on the screen 2 great leaders who have really succeeded in the world with the great eminence. One, Mr. Narendra Modi, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, and the other one, Barack Obama. These 2 leaders, they have proved to the world that language, communication is the mode through which you can capture the world. It's their words that have been appreciated so well. I would like to say one beautiful statement of Jane Hume's here. Art of communication is the language of leadership, friends. Art of communication is the language of leadership. And to do this, I would like to give you 3 effective tips to become a successful leader. Number 1, begin with the end in the mind. You need to know, when will I stop and how will this end? With that process, when you start, you will always reach the right goal. Don't be open-minded to express whatever that comes to your mind and go on flattering about it. Be concrete. Sir M.V. was very well known for this expressions. Number 2, Be a good listener. I was always told, the one who has the patience to listen will always be a good performer. Number 3, actively seek feedback. Your feedback is essential with whatever you do. So to begin with the end in mind, you need 4 major statements. 1, have clarity of vision. Number 2, illustrate simply and effectively. Make it very simple. It must reach even the small kid, and at the same time, it should be very effective. Best example, Tom and Jerry. Nobody on the earth says that I don't like it. It's been proved by the research. Even the guy who will be dying in another 5-10 minutes, if he is shown the Tom and Jerry, his lifespan may increase by a few minutes. This is exactly what I would like to say. Illustrate simply and be effective in your communication. Carry the audience along. You must have heard best singers, Lata Mangeshkar to Sonu Nigam today, or Arijit Singh. See, the way they capture the audience, it is because what we need, what is needed to the mind, they bring it to us. And communicate it clearly. Once you make those clarity to us, people automatically appreciate your expressions. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Number 2, listen. My slide says listen, listen, listen. When you listen, you get total commitment. Listening is an essential part of business communication. You transmit the trust and respect by listening. Listening also transmits the facts that you care. It's not said by me, said by Ben Simonton. A small homework to you. Please get to know who this man is, Ben Simonton, and his contributions to the business field. And he always said, if you want a very, very high performance, learn to listen and respond correctly. And their motivation to succeed will follow. We need to be a good listeners, friends. The more you listen, the more patience you will have, and you will have effective presentations. When you are not a good listener, you make haphazard decisions. It's been scientifically proven. Bangalore people had taken up the study on musicians, on business magnates, on people who work day and night in the IT industries. And they had effectively derived out through their case studies that only the best listeners are the good performers, are the effective leaders. Third major point I would like to take is actively seek feedback. This is one of the very essential points that all of us need to know about it, friends. We need to know how to collect feedback, and you should accept feedback and grow on it. Bill Gates always used to say, I need to look back of my yesterday to start my tomorrow. And today's experience with the yesterday's feedback will make my tomorrow's plan much more effective. I have another person to say here, the Hopkins. He says, successful businessmen are made, not born. No one when they are born will be a successful candidate. None are born like that. Only with our struggle, with our hard work, with our sincerity, we achieve it. So I repeat, successful businessmen are made, not born. Best example is J.R.D. Tata. To develop great leadership skills, friends, leaders need to learn how to become better listeners, how to accept critical feedback in a constructive way and how to act on this feedback for self-improvement and team motivation. I use here so many terms to speak about a successful businessman. One side I am saying you need to be a good listener. Second, I am saying that skills of the leadership. Third, I am saying take the critical feedback. Even if somebody comes in front of you and says you are not good, you don't speak well, you have all these negatives, accept all that. Check on your parameters, work on it and succeed. Sachin Tendulkar did not become the greatest player or the god of cricket in days. He became successful only because he had one great quality of observing his own mistakes that he has made in the previous matches. And he used to discuss that even with the youngest of young players in the team. He used to take everyone's feedback and work on it. Majority of his coaches always used to appreciate this nature of Sachin Tendulkar. That's why he was called as God of cricket. Friends, apart from this, you need to be very constructive in accepting the feedbacks. There are people who will make a lot of critics about you. Take negative critics in the positive manner. You should know how to accept it and how to grow beyond that. If that is known to you, you are always a successful player. Before I go ahead with the last set of words, I would like to bring to you another great man who really created mysteries in the US Federation. Gerald Randolph Ford Jr., the 38th US President who headed the country from 1974 to 77. He says, communication is fundamental in business. If I got a chance to start over again, I would go back to school and learn to become a better communicator. This is paramount to getting anything accomplished, and I would have definitely been a much better leader. To end my words, friends, on the screen, I have one great person, Dr. Kalam, who was my teacher. He has taught me 5 classes. And this man's simplicity is, he was very effective and he used to reach each and every person whom he used to meet. That's why we called him as People's President. He was a missile man and he was a man to be met. I humbly request all of you, let's have this effective communication in our life to be a successful magnets. Thank you very much.